during COVID even, we still managed to conclude some negotiations that saw increases to salaries and wages, albeit smaller than in previous years. As recently as this Monday, 3 days ago, we concluded another one of those with a manufacturing company. That one went to the Labor Department, but for a number of issues, but that was concluded there. And as you said, Colville, the private sector is not homogeneous. And the Barbados Workers Union for the last 10 years now has not lowered its wages proposal. The Executive Council has not revised its wages proposal that we have been submitting, which is generally 15% increase. And what that says to companies is not that we expect to get 15%, but we see it as an indicative proposal that recognizes that the private sector is not homogeneous, and therefore we want to talk. Let's get into it. If you say you can't do it, let's see the facts. Let's look at the books. Let's look at your operations. Let's judge or measure what you say you are or aren't doing against what your workers can actually see. And then there are some companies that are way more advanced, that have very mature agreements with advanced terms and conditions. The same thing that we have suggested for the public sector, we think is more applicable now. Where you cannot give a worker a 2% or 3%, can we look at things like medical insurance plans? Because as costs of energy impact costs all over, workers need a little ease. You need to be able to know that if you go to a doctor and he recommends to you that you have to have a procedure, you don't have to wait until the QEH has the capacity to accommodate you, but with a medical plan you can access these things. The BWU does not see negotiations and worker representation as black or white or as a straight line. We recognize that the dynamic is different out there in the work environment depending on the company we're dealing with, and that's what we commit to pursuing and trying to address.
How many companies right now is the BWU engaging with along this line of wage increases?
I can't say because I have not met with my IR team to relook the figures for the year so far. But I know that at the end of last year, at December last year, we had about 25 active negotiations going.
Wow.
I won't be able to tell you specifically today how many are still active. I know it's -1 because I got the feedback of the one on Monday that was tending towards dispute. Because in that case, I mean public dispute, in that case, a company was actually reporting that it had done well and commenting positively about its profits, but refusing to consider a reasonable enough increase for workers. And those are the things that we have to take on board.